Hi everyone, it's Jody. Today is March 1st and we are going to do our weekly and we're going to tune into the energy and we are going to see where we are at this time. We have had the quickest 2 months, January and February, flashed right before our eyes. Lots went on though, even though it happened so quickly. Every single day it was something else, whether on the world stage or in someone's personal life, depending, because it's general reading. But now here we are in March. And to me, March is like the beginning of sunlight and warmer weather, and spring is coming. And so as I was shuffling up these cards, because I wanted to pull a card came flying out of the deck. I wish I had it on camera because it flung across the room. And the card that came out was this card. And it says, launching your dreams. No, wrong. Launching your journey. The card I just actually pulled out was manifesting dreams. But let's start here. The card that flew out, launching your journey. Because there were planets in retrograde for January and February, it was almost like we were on a pause. Even though a lot was happening, we were on some sort of a pause because we had to kind of articulate within ourselves or get ourselves together and get that inner strength by tuning into your own heart space in order to continue on the journey of the months ahead. And now here we are in March. We have Venus going into retrograde, but what we have more importantly, we just had was a new moon in Pisces. And Pisces, typically as a sign, is a very dreamy sign. But what this new moon was asking us, it was a very positive new moon, and the energy is still here, so you can still work with it. It was asking us to really work on, wrong card, manifesting your dreams. And it's asking you to meditate. The more that you sit in quietude, in stillness, and tune inward, even if you have a monkey mind, even if you have so many thoughts coming in and out, continue to sit in that quiet state daily. You will help yourself in the long run by acknowledging the fact that you are a spirit having a human experience and you need to do this for yourself, especially during the time that we're in right now. We have the power inside of us. We always have, but we did not realize it. But just as you're seeing all these truths coming out in the last 5 years across the world stage, so too, I hope, are you seeing that within. You have always had everything that you needed to manifest what you desire. And if it didn't come to fruition, or if you were sidetracked, or if you were going down a journey or a path and then you were pushed to a different path, it's because your guardian angels, the archangels, the spirit guides, God, was actually kind of pushing you along and getting you to the path that was for your best and highest good. In some parts of our lives, we are going to experience what we are meant to experience here. You know, when we come onto this earth, or before we do, we like raise our hand and say, I want to experience that. Obviously, you don't remember that when you come here and actually experience it. But you raised your hand and you said, I want to be here at this time now, in the 2000s, 2025. I want to experience the evolution and the ascension of humanity. And we're at a point right now where we are emerging from the space of love more than we ever have before. No one knows what it's going to look like down the road. If anybody tells you they do, I don't know how they do, because every timeline is shifting and changing. And each individual human has free will. So my free will could shift something within the entire human consciousness timeline, and the same with yours. And the same with all the world leaders. And the same with every single human being on this planet. But here we are, March 1st, and we just finished that new moon in Pisces. And just reading from the book, these are the key ideas for the new moon, that the energy is still with you. Fantasy meeting reality, meaning whatever you envision in your life coming true, or you might see something happening and then it happens. And you're like, holy moly, it's not deja vu anymore. It's because you held that vision in your heart space and then it came to reality. Dreams made real. Second chances in love. So if you're single right now, maybe you're going to meet the love of your life, your soulmate. If you're with someone and it's not the best relationship, maybe you're going to meet the love of your life. And if you're with someone, your relationship that you love, your relationship might be going to the next level on a deeper, more intimate connection. And then finally, we are being asked to meditate, meditate, meditate. And I know a lot of you, when I say meditate, you're like, I don't know how to meditate. You don't need to know how to meditate. You just need to know how to sit down quietly. That's it. Once you sit down quietly, you give yourself 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You can actually work your way up, or you could, depending on your day and how much time you can allocate to it, allocate the amount of time that you can on that given day. But don't step away from the idea of meditating. Meditating helps to quiet the mind. Meditating helps the monkey mind to be eased. But that doesn't mean when you're done meditating magic and you're just not going to have the monkey mind anymore. That's not true. But the more that you do it on a daily basis, the better it is, and it will help you in the long run. All right, so now we have these two great beginnings to our message. We have launching your journey, and we have manifesting your dreams. My dreams come true, and not only saying it, but believing it. But the other aspect of Pisces, we are in Pisces season, is being so dreamy and daydreaming all the time that sometimes you're not actually in reality. So you want to pull yourself back in, and you want to say to yourself, okay, I want to manifest my dreams. But obviously they have to be a little realistic. Dream big. Definitely dream big. But keep it a little realistic. So there's that fine line between visionary, dreaming, and living in fantasy land. Okay? So we're bringing it together. So we're going to pull 3 cards, and we're going to pull them from the Blessed Mother deck. Divine Mother energy. We've been working a lot as a collective on the Divine Feminine. And so we are going to pull 3 cards, and we're going to ask the energy what each card represents on a whole. And so you decide now if you would like to go with card 1, card 2, or card 3. And we're going to start with the first card that pops up. Okay. So the first card, people that chose card number 1, you're being asked to have more tenderness in your heart. Someone that is tender is gentle and powerful at the same time. Someone that is tender is tuning into their intuition and the inner guidance that they're receiving, and having a knowing that it's what is for their best and highest good, but maybe sharing it in more of a gentle, less aggressive way. But you're still standing in your power, and you're still standing firm, but you're being more gentle in your delivery. And when I say in your delivery, it could be in your family, as the mother, or as the wife, or as the daughter, or as the sister, or as the friend. But it could also be in your day-to-day life. When you present yourself, you're definitely someone that walks in and is, you are confident, but it's softer. It's more gentle. So that's what you're being asked to do. It's tenderness, but it's also vulnerability, allowing yourself to be more open, and also cutting away, maybe you have like a cement wall around your heart, and starting to really chisel away at that and break it away, because maybe you're afraid that you've been hurt in the past, you're going to be hurt again. But what God wants you to know, what the angels are saying right now, is that once you break down the barrier inside the heart, and you show up more in a tender energy, this drops away, and you receive more because you've opened yourself up and allowed yourself to receive. Okay? So that's for the first card. Let's see what second card pops up. Okay. The second card is caring. Now, when this card pops up for me, this card represents the energy of Cancer, the sign Cancer. So I don't know if you are a Cancer, if you have Cancer in one of your major placements like Sun, Moon, or Rising, but this is your energy, and you are someone that is caring about everybody else and putting yourself last. And regardless of your astrological sign, if you are someone that takes care of everybody, everything, but you're forgetting yourself, it is time for you. This is your launching into your new journey. Your new path is starting to put yourself first, your needs first. More self-care and more of saying no, which is a complete sentence. No. If you don't want to do something, say no. If your kid is pulling you in a direction you don't want to go in, and I'm talking more adult kid, but even little kids, say no. If it is not serving you, if it feels like a weight is on your shoulders, if it feels like a burden, if it feels heavy, the answer is no. Obviously, somebody needs to hear this because you have been taking care of everybody else for far too long. So what the card says is, I keep my heart open to caring about myself, others, and the world. Now, I also just want to note that if you are someone that is so open to caring for everybody else, you might be taking on the energy of the world a little too much. And you are being invited to be in the world, what's the saying? Be of the world, but not in the world. Meaning that you're here, be present, but don't get caught up in all of the stuff that's going on outside. Know that God has a plan, and know that God is in charge, and know that everything is going to happen exactly the way it's supposed to in divine timing. Everything has happened exactly as it was supposed to in divine timing. We are in a spiritual war. And you could look at this in the three-dimensional by looking at the actual world leaders. They're like characters in the play. But try to look at it from a higher perspective and know that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to, and it's meant to, because things need to unravel, systems need to be broken down, all the corruption needs to be shown, and it needs to go away, and it needs to be rebuilt up for the humans, okay, in a space of love. Now that in and of itself also might sound a little like Piscean, dreamy fantasy land, but it's not. Because if we all come from a place of the heart, and we all come from a place of just knowing that we have the energy that lies inside of us, and we have everything we need inside of us, and we don't need to go outside of ourselves to get it, then we are going to come from a place of the heart, which comes from an energy of love, which brings that out into the universe as well. Okay? So that's 2. Now, the people that chose card number 3. Let's see what card pops up for you guys. This card. Okay. You have been putting off your priorities. You're launching a new journey in terms of taking action. Okay? Now, don't get caught up in the doing. Taking action could be in the being. Taking action could be, I meditate every single day. That's your new action that you're launching into. And by you adding meditation into your daily, everyday routine, something is going to shift and change in your energy. And maybe you've never done it before, so that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable for you. And because it's uncomfortable, you might want to stay in a safe space and play it safe and not do it. But essentially, that's what you need to continue on the journey in 2025. So action is, don't get caught up in the doing, get caught up in the being. Who are you being? Who are you becoming? And the only way you can really tune in is by sitting in quiet and actually doing what needs to be done in terms of the meditation. Let's get a final card for today from this deck. Okay, here it is at the bottom of the deck. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, we started out with, this was the card I pulled first, Rising Above, which is emerging as a new version of yourself by taking one of these 1, 2, or 3 cards and putting them into practice. What's the second card is, again, taking action. But the most important card is, I step into my power boldly and confidently, because you are coming into your own power. How amazing. So I hope that this message helps you guys this week. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon again. Bye-bye.